All right, guys, welcome back to another Bassmaster Open Pros Pick'em Lake Murray. Let me tell you guys, Lake Murray, I have a feeling is going to show out this week. And I've got my favorite guys with me today. Todd Castledine coming off like back-to-back top tens. Almost got him a win a couple weeks ago. Ish Monroe missing a check at Toledo Bend by an ounce or 3 ounces. And then me and Panger sucking it up at Toledo Bend last week.
There was a tournament on Toledo Bend?
Yes, we were there.
I missed that one, Andrew.
Hey, Matt, listen, I can't tell you. I know if I don't do good on Rayburn, no, hear me out. I'm being nice this time. If I don't do good on Rayburn, I instantly get a call from David Mullins, and he'll just be like, I don't know where he'll be like, hey, did you not fish the tournament this weekend?
Oh,
like,
yeah. No, I hate the calls where it's like, hey, how'd you do? I don't know. Every time I finish in the top 30, you seem to know where I finished. So you clearly can take one click with your phone and see that I finished at 141st. So I'm not even going to entertain that stupid question because you just want to hear me say it. Bye. Yeah. That happened several times.
Mullins.
How'd it go? How did you do? Oh, no, I didn't have a chance to look at it, but you had a chance to call me.
Yeah.
One question, Matt. How much did you use the spinning rod?
I caught one fish on a spinning rod that I saw on live scope, and the rest was 22-pound test up around cypress trees and in grass.
Okay. Then I'll leave you alone.
Why did you? Hey, so I will say, I know we're not doing. I don't know why we got into this. You should never brought this up, but I was around some boat docks, and my co-angler started throwing up underneath him, and he was losing fish and caught a couple, and I'm like, oh, Matt's probably going to catch him.
No, my co-angler caught a 7-1 off of the same boat dock I was on 5 minutes into the first day on a green pumpkin wacky rig trick worm while I was getting my bait back from the little 90-degree bend in the dock. Oh, yeah, it was a lovely event. Can we talk about the Elite Series, please?
Sorry. I was really just like,
no, but I know I power fish. I caught my 12 pounds on day 2 off cypress trees and caught all the rest of them on day 1 off cypress trees. I boat flipped everything.
So you probably should have fished a spinning rod is what you're saying.
Yeah. No, I did it the first half of the first day. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. Let's talk about this derby. It's going to be hotter than 2 ferrets in a wool sock.
Alrighty then.
And sorry if I cough, guys. I got pneumonia right now, so I'm kind of struggling a bit. But,
oh boy.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun since last week. Let's go ahead and start out Group A. Pangrac, who you got?
Listen, I use a lot of writing utensils, but this week I'm using chalk. I'm going Brandon Cobb. Pre-spawn, post-spawn, during the spawn, herring spawn, everything. You can't go wrong with Brandon Cobb. He's having a good year this year after an off year last year. Brandon Cobb.
What about you, Ish? Who you got?
I got to choose my boy Mike. I've talked to him. He's fired up. He's energetic. He's pre-practicing every event. That says a lot for this guy because when he does that, the only thing he needs is Uncle Don in his back seat, and he will be contender for Angler of the Year.
I like it. What about you, Todd?
This is Toledo Bend was not supposed to be a sight fishing event. I mean, it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a flat out all sight fishing event. It was one of the worst things. But I was so hard headed. I feel for y'all guys. I told Andrew this the other day. I felt for you guys because I could go 0 in that event and didn't care. So I just stuck with my guns and went and did it, and it paid off one day. Like one day is all I needed, and it kind of. So I'm going John Cox on this because I don't know if it's going to be like the best sight fit, but I'm like, he only needs one good day and it will propel him to the finals. So I'm going straight John Cox on that.
I like it. I actually went down the same pathway. I mean, I like the Brandon Cobb pick, but I actually went Drew Cook, which I would put, I don't know if he's quite at the John Cox level, but I do think that he's probably spent some time there, kind of understands how they set up, and I think he'll catch him off bed.
I need to catch Panger in this, and Brandon Cobb is the obvious choice. But I got to change it up a little bit.
All right, let's go Group B. What you got, Ish?
Well, I'm going off the cusp because I was in Alabama at Bucks Island Marine, and I ran into this kid, and Koyo.
Fujita.
Yes, he was there rigging his boat with some new stuff on it. So I'm going to tell you, this is the first for me, is a guy with forward-facing sonar in 5 different places on his boat. He had 2 off the jack plate facing up out that way. He had 3 of them on his trolling motor. He had a saltwater version of one facing scout mode. He had this way, that way. I'm very intrigued. And something just, my gut feeling says, go with this kid, because I think this kid is the new Aaron Martins.
Oh, wow.
That's the same kid who was using 3-pound test at Oneida in the Open.
That is true.
Right.
And who also top 10'd on the fuzzy dice.
Right. So I got to roll with him in this group. Todd, I'm with you. Trust me. Yeah, exactly. I'm feeling this.
Dude, you put 3 cypress trees in my view, and I start can't wait to get to the 3rd one. You can't put that many live scopes. I'll be all freaking. I'll fall out of the boat. I'll be like Ike and Ellie doing break dancing out there, trying to freaking,
He's going to see them everywhere. He's literally going to see them everywhere, and if he doesn't scare them off, that dude will figure out a way to catch them. Like Pangrac said, 3-pound tests
and fuzzy dice.
And I will say this: so quick story. When we had the Forcewood Cup at Lake Murray, I actually weighed in 2 bass in that event on 4-pound test. That is a lake where really light line does make a difference on those high pressured points and stuff that are getting just absolutely pounded. Light line will play in this event 100%. Especially
that lake's so big, it's hard to say it gets pounded. I mean, there'd be a lot of boats on the water just because it's springtime, but it's still, something about meeting that kid and his focus, and like I said,
I just have PTSD from Toledo last week and the amount of boats that I was fishing around. So I'm just kind of like spazzing out now when I see boats around.
At least you were somewhere where they might have caught one. I saw 2 boats all week, and one was a pontoon.
You knew you were in trouble. I'm there with Andrew. I saw everybody and them dudes, because everybody somehow figured out that there was a shad spawn going on in San Miguel.
100%.
Everybody knew it. The whole field knew it. Plus, every local knew this.
I didn't.
Well, all the Louisiana guys were spinner baiting the whole bank. It was incredible.
And catching them.
I had to worry about bank fishermen. That's what I worried. I had more issues with bank fishermen and kids and families, because apparently Louisiana has their spring break in April.
Oh, yeah. Well, so does ours. So Kane was on spring break that week too.
I had to fight off some 5-year-olds in a kayak, trying to kayak over my sight fish, and I'm sitting here going, "This is going to be interesting."
7-1.
Group B. Go ahead, Todd.
I don't know if I've ever picked this guy. I don't know. He's just stood out to me for some reason. But Matt Airy, I know he can sight fish. I don't know why, but I picked Matt Airy. He just stood out to me in that group.
I mean, I don't think that's a bad pick, honestly. I went chalk on this one with Patrick Walters. I literally fished against Patrick Walters at Murray, and that dude knows as much or more about running points and keeping his boat on high. And I know there's a herring spawn going on over there right now.
Sight fish too.
He's going to be herring spawn all day. And he will be the one that figures it out 100%. Who you got, Pangrac?
I went with Patrick Walters, but I had to go to the weatherchannel.com before I made this pick.
Make sure you wear shorts.
And Thursday and Friday, we're looking at bluebird skies, high sun, 84 and 82 degrees. The thighs are going to be out, and the bass are going to be in the live well for Patrick Walters.
But I don't think they're going to catch him on a jerk bait, and that's his thing.
Not there. He knows everything.
He knows the fluke deal. 100%.
Oh, does he know the fluke deal?
Oh,
Wait, you can't throw the double fluke deal.
But you can throw the single, and I promise you he catches them on the
single. But you know as well as I do, that single is nowhere near what that double fluke rig is. Because for some reason, those two baits doing that crossing back and forth deal.
So let's move on to Group C.
Hold on. What's going on? Everybody seems like everybody's like a level low. Like,
we're recording this at 2 a.m.
It's not 2, it's 10 your time.
Same thing. We're old.
And Todd's fished 94 days in a row.
Dude, what about me? What do you think? What do you think about? I'm right there with him. Just because you don't fish as much as we do, probably part of your problem. I
don't have a problem. I missed the boat in what event?
All right, y'all took too long. I'm changing it to Patrick Walters because
that's not typical.
Yeah,
it only took 2 tournaments.
I already picked my group.
It only took 2 tournaments to change to all of our picks.
No, but I'm like, I can't.
I didn't pick Patrick.
God, it's too. I'm going Group C. Have you already picked Ish?
I'm about to do Group C.
He's about to do Group C. We're going to Group C.
I'm going Group C. I'm going
Group C.
I'm going Group C.
My pick is not any of your picks anyway, so I'm not caring.
I already know who Andrew and Todd are picking in Group C. That's why they want to pick first. Yeah, I do.
I'm going Bradley Holman.
That's who I've got right here. I swear to God, I'll take a picture of my screen. Brad Holman.
He understands the herring spawn, and he's a dang good sight fisherman. Game on, 1.7%. He figures it out this week.
It's amazing. No one would have ever guessed, I'm sure, that this is the tournament we finally picked him on. I mean, it's like, wait a minute. But like, guys don't realize he kind of is like, no one ever picked him to win.
He knows all the tricks, all the blueback tricks. He's got boxes and boxes of the stuff.
And he's so excited to do it.
And he's top 10 there the last time they were there when he was on the Elite Series.
When I called him up and he was like, I'm doing this. I know, like, he's so like, I think he's probably more confident than going to Oklahoma.
I agree. I think this is like a second Grand Lake for him.
100%. Here's the key on whether Brad's going to catch him or not. If he's got the country music jacked up in his boat while he's tying his stuff on, he is fixing to rail them. That is the truth. You know that too, Andrew, don't
100%. Yeah.
Has anyone talked to him?
No, I hadn't talked to him.
Me neither.
He texted me 2 days ago, and he's like, hey, I got a package I'm sending to you just to brighten your day up after my terrible tournament. And his wife texted me today and asked for my address. So I have a feeling he's going to come out absolutely swinging in this one, no doubt. So who do you got, Ish, since you don't have who we got?
Yeah.
I picked my buddy again, John Cruz. Because you gotta understand, when you know your buddies and you know the insight on your buddies, John actually made a worm in his new Missile Magic worm called Blueback Special. And where did he get that? Where did he get that Blueback Special from? No guesses?
I have no idea.
No guesses? Of course, me. And I will tell you that.
I was going to say Keith Poche, but I guess.
Oh, wow. Yeah, your buddy. You go ahead and hang out with him.
Listen, your boys, Ike and Ellie, John Cruz.
I got Toya. He's going to become my boy.
Toya, and he had some info and some insider info. I got to give it up to Ish on that pick. That was some solid homework.
Yeah, I like that. I like inside information. I love all that. But you better start. They better start. If you pick your buddies, they better freaking.
Wait, I caught him at Seminole. I picked Ike at Seminole, and he caught him.
You're right. He caught him. Yeah.
And once again, I don't see you call Bradley your boy, but you don't even call him Andrew. You know, I at least call my guys like, hey, what do you think? Are they feeling good about it? And once again, John's got the magic worm.
See, the deal is with Hallman.
We know.
I don't interrupt his progress. Like, I want him to be like right here, always. And then I'll call him after the event and be like, "You good?"
If he wants to call, he'll make a phone call. Like I called him on my way to Shreveport from Darnell when I left practice at Darnell.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the only time I called him, and it was it was like, because I was leaving practice. He was like, "You're all right. You're gonna do fine."
Yeah. But
you picked the same guy for Group D though, Ish.
You sure?
Well, go ahead. Go ahead and
I
lead
bet
us off.
Ish and I have the same guy.
I gotta check my Group D guy. Oh yeah, you're right. We did definitely.
You think so? Ooh, I don't know. There's two in there, but you had to pick the right one.
Who you got?
Me?
Yeah.
Prosnick.
Dang it.
That's who I've got.
Really?
Yeah.
That's who I had.
Did you go Prosnick or Christy?
Obviously, Ish is a Prosnick guy.
Did you go Prosnick or Christy?
He likes Christy.
Neither one. No, I went. You left the other hammer out.
Hold on.
The Prodigy.
Oh, of course he was his other buddy.
Yeah.
He's once again. I talk to my friends. You guys, these guys, and when you talk to them and you know where their head is, he wants it so bad. He is going to catch them because in his mind he believes he's going to catch them. He wants to catch them. He's going to do everything to catch them.
You want to know the sleeper in that pick?
Who?
Taco.
Yep.
I agree.
I looked at that and went.
I know, me too.
Oh, but
I almost picked him, but I was like, man, but I already know how I don't want to give away my secrets. I don't know.
But see, history. I'm going on history too. You got to remember the guys that I'm picking besides Koyo. These guys all have a lot of history on Lake Murray. So whether it's a sightfish deal, whether it's a frog deal, whether it's
but Ish, like I want to know their history. What did they do 14 years ago? 265 days, 3 hours ago when it was raining on a Sunday with his shorts on. Like, if you don't give me those kind of stats, I don't really care about their history.
You got to get that from Panger. He knows those stats. I don't have that.
If you're not giving me that information, I don't want it. I don't care about
but see, they know about the Sabile swimmer. They know about the special colored magic worm. They know about all the blueback special deal colors. But also, once again, if the sightfish goes down, those dudes can catch them as well.
Yeah, agreed.
If you notice, every one of my guys can sight fish.
Yes, I see that. Yes,
sight fish, and then it's like, what can they? What guy? That's why the Patrick Walters one was a tough one for me because I know he can sight fish. So it's like, that was like the Matt Airy. I know Matt Airy can sight fish. So it's like, which one? But then they have that kind of. They can do a little bit of everything too.
Right.
And what you also don't realize is 6 months ago, Bradley Hallman went into the optometrist and got contact lenses.
Oh, thought he got
contact
LASIK.
lenses. He can see. He hadn't been able to see. He now has been looking forward. This is the first sight fishing season that he feels like he has 20/20 vision in the past 10 years. Not kidding.
And that's huge.
Oh, that is absolutely huge. No doubt.
Unless you're the only advantage should be is if he was colorblind. Because when you're colorblind, the beds actually separate from the water and the bottom.
Can you make eye drops that make you colorblind? Like temporarily?
I don't want to be colorblind because I rarely ever look at beds. I rarely look at. Well, I'm not saying what I look for.
The champ's not giving up any secrets.
No, I look for color, man. So
no doubt.
Wait, go back. Where's the champ? I like the champ. You just put top 10s as your name. I'm not even feeling that. I even hit you up as champ. I refer to you as champ.
I didn't win anything. I got 3 top 10s in 2 weeks. I didn't win anything. So I'm not.
I still refer to you. You're still the champ. You're still the champ. You're still the champ.
Second,
still the champ.
I'll be the champ next week.
Okay.
So let's go Group E. Let's let Matt lead us off in the final group of the day. I have a feeling I know who he picked.
So when I play fantasy fishing, when I do the best, I say, if my life depends on it, who out of this group do I want if my life depends on it for a top 10? And in that case, you have to take percentage. You have to take everything out of the equation. And in this group, if my life depended on it, on his home pond, you got to pick Brian New, even though he's got 68.6%. That's how I picked it. That's how I pick it when I pick it good. Then I get sucked into the whole thing. Todd rattles me a little bit, and I start picking random stuff. And then I'm like, well, why would I pick Brian New?
New. You picked the new.
Yeah. He's having a rough year too. But dude, that guy has hundreds and hundreds of spots. Regardless of what that bite is, Brian New has 100 spots he can run with it.
This is when you know you have a really good woman. She lost this yesterday, and what did she do? Went out and got me another one of these. Babe, I love you.
What are we doing?
But she lost this yesterday.
She went out and got.
Yeah, she broke it off. She got out and then got me one.
Well, didn't she manage a tackle store?
Yes, that is true. Yeah. That's some.
Well, who do you have Group E?
Who do I have? I've got Kobe Krieger on my list there. Sight fish. I did pick a sight fish guy. There weren't a lot of great choices. I mean, I looked at Frank Talley. I looked at a few others, but Kobe stood out, from a sight fishing aspect, that if it does go down, which it should go down, as a good sight fish, because that lake has a lot of 3 to 5 pounders in it. And if they're off the blueback and they're on beds, that dude's going to find them and catch them.
Yeah, I agree. Who you got, Todd?
It's not even close. This was the easiest decision. Brian New.
Yeah. So I have Brian New as well, but I did have one guy that I think is a dark horse, and I do think he's going to have a good tournament. And it's only because I just think he's one of those guys that's going to pick up a big bait, and that's Matty Wong. I just kind of like how he fishes. I don't know if he's going to do great, but he hasn't had the best year so far. And
I think Matty's a little starstruck. I think he's a little starstruck that he's out there and he's just like, whoa, like, oh my God, there's that guy. There's that guy. Oh, Hackney, Prosnick, Ike, Polinick.
But that's Patrick why I went Brian New too, though, because Brian New, I don't know if there's a moment big enough for him, and he's just Brian New. You just get what you get. So
the new.
So
the new.
Let's see. What is our weights? How about you tell us what you got there, Matt Pangrac?
Oh my gosh, I didn't have to go first on this for once.
Panger.
I got 83.15.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't go first.
What about you, Ish?
I went 78.10.
Oh, thank goodness I didn't go first. Is it that good of a leg?
78.10.
You're kidding me. Wow. See, I stayed with you for 1 week, Andrew, and you see we're like twinsies.
We're right there. We're same.
Yeah, same thing.
78. I'm gonna have to. I'll change mine to 78.11. How about that?
No, you don't have to.
No. You got to keep it the same. You can't change it now. That's we call that a Castledine move in this neck of the woods.
I just changed mine.
He just called him out.
Here's the bad thing. Since I have no clue. I don't know. I don't pay attention to any of those weights. I had to add 10 more pounds to mine just to get close to y'all.
Yeah, that place.
Now I'm at 74.3.
Yeah, that place has them. So I went there for an FLW tournament probably 15 years ago. It took 22 pounds a day to make the cut. Top 50 in an FLW, 22 a day.
Okay.
That 22 a day.
Now that's good.
Yeah, but once again,
we're grass, wasn't it?
That's when it had a bunch of grass in it, and the herring weren't there, and it was complete. Like every fish in the lake was on a bed, on a dock, and they were 1 to 3 flippers.
What's that like?
I don't know what that's like.
Come to Clear Lake and you'll find out.
I agree with that.
We used to have lakes that you could do that on. Toledo was like #1, and now it's like
agreed.
Pressure. It's the amount of pressure and the amount of fish that have been taken and eaten out of that place. I mean,
there's so many in there. They're just
that makes me feel really good.
That's been the most frustrating tournament I've fished in years. Not the tournament, practice.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't want to go down that dark. It was dark for me.
Let's talk who wins the tournament.
Oh,
My favorite part. This is easily my favorite part. Is who do we think actually wins the tournament? Is it going to be somebody we picked, or is it going to be somebody that we didn't pick?
I think it's someone we picked. I think it's someone we.
I honestly don't think it's someone we picked. We always hope for that because we hope we have the best pick. But I think that, I fished there in the year that Fred ran up the river and threw a frog and won the tournament. I finished top 10 still in that tournament.
Was that the one he was up there and they were like, he was throwing it up in the like gator grass stuff and the perch were up there and so I remember that. I remember that tournament. Yeah.
And that was the sleeper. And then Steve Kennedy went up there, and then Michael Bennett went up there, and there's still Steve Kennedy went up there through a buzzbait and almost won the Forest Wood Cup up there.
Mm-hmm. And he's throwing a buzz frog, like a hornet.
And he's throwing a buzz frog, right? And then Michael Bennett won on an actual frog up there and a drop shot. I just think that there's something we're missing because once again, everybody's throwing the Sabile, everybody's throwing all the herring pretender baits, and somebody's going to go and do something. Once again, Matty could end up with that big freaking glide bait in his hand. Mm-hmm. Carl could be that guy. Polinick could be that guy.
It just happened in Toledo.
Yeah. Did any of you guys fish Toledo all the time? See that coming? The glide bait and the freaking.
Yeah. Well, I'm not gonna lie. The glide bait's been kind of playing.
I don't know.
I'm talking about winning the tournament, blowing it out the way he did.
Well, he caught over half his fish on a Carolina rig, though.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, he caught more than half of his fish on Carolina rig.
He said he could have won the tournament on a C rig, but he probably would have only won by 3 or 4 pounds.
How many? So of the 15 he weighed in, 8 of them came on the Carolina rig, and 7 of them came on a glide bait or a freaking swim bait.
Or a big soft swim bait. Or a big crank. He did catch a couple big ones on a crankbait. Crankbait.
Either way, it's still. I don't know if I would have picked that to win the tournament out deep.
Right.
Not. God, man, I fished a lot of tournaments in April there, man, and I don't. It was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen. How, I'm sure all of y'all had fairly good practices, and so. Well, you would have fairly good days of practicing, right? Where something and like
fairly good hours or 2.
Died. No, I honestly felt that I was going to have a bad day and catch 15, and I ended up with 13, 10. Like a bad day was supposed to be 15 for me. Like I never got a 4-pound bite. I was getting 30 plus bites a day, and shaking them off, not catching them, shaking them off.
I believe,
and went back and caught a lot of those fish.
Yeah. Well, so who do we think wins this? Though?
We still doing that?
Yeah, we're still doing that.
I
win.
Oh,
I'm gonna say Polinick. Polinick is my dark horse to win. He's due for another win an event kind of deal. He's wins Angler of the Year, but he hasn't won an event in a little bit, and I know he wants it bad.
I'm going Patrick Walters just because I think he could mix in the sight fish and the herring deal and kind of exploit both if he wanted to. And I think he's going to be the guy that he's got to prove that he can win outside of Lake Fork. So, you know what I'm saying? So, I want to see him. I'd like to see him go out there and do it this week. What about you, Todd?
I'm going straight to a guy from my own heart. I'm going to ride and die with him, freaking John Cox. I think I'm betting he freaking catches a monster bag day one and freaking rides it on in.
I can see that 100%.
Yeah.
And he's coming off a couple of not his favorite events that he's had.
I think listen, I want to bring this back up again. Andrew knows what I'm talking about. What y'all are having to do with points on the line and all that. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care. I won't believe y'all. It affects you in a tournament. And Toledo, I was sitting there going, nothing made sense for me to go sight fish. Like it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I was like forcing something that I knew wasn't good to happen. But I was like, Todd, what am I worried about top 10? What am I worried about a check? Like, I'm at Toledo Bend. Like, let's just go do what I think I'm good at. And for 3 hours, it paid off.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. Points changes your focus on how you fit.
It does to me. I would have never have done that because I'm like, dude, I could freaking really do bad. And then I threw a frog day 2 for 3 hours for 1 bite. And it was a big one. But in normal other tournaments, I'm like, what am I doing here? I have a chance to make it top 50. And I was like, nah, screw it. And so John's seen, I bet you when you have some bad events, you might just look at it and go, what am I doing here? Just go back to just
do what you know how to do.
Biggest strength and never look back.
Yeah.
That's why I'm picking him.
I agree with that. Who you got, Pangrac?
Same thing. For the reasons that they talked about with Kennedy, with his history there, the ability to throw a swim bait and have a big bag. I think he finds something off the beaten path. Risky pick, though, because we are playing. Yeah, Kennedy, we are playing for points in fantasy fishing. Right. So the reason you did what you did is why I didn't pick him in the group. But I think his upside to win is huge here.
He might be the easiest guy to pick to win in every event out there.
Right.
He also,
I don't know. His head's not there. I don't think his head's there anymore to win. That winning mentality, and only because we all know what it is. Well, maybe not Panger, but sorry, I had to get my shot in. But it's different, and he doesn't have that killer in him anymore. And he's just out there just fishing. He's not. I don't even think he's having fun anymore. I mean, when I talk to him, he just doesn't seem like he's in it to win it the same.
Yeah. Listen, Ish. There's. I don't want to bring this up because I don't want to put there's quite a few guys out there that feel that don't enjoy fishing out as much as I'm talking about even on the elites. Like it.
Right.
No. I know, dude. I felt that way when I was at the other league. I wasn't happy. I wasn't fishing good. And now that I'm getting there, I'm fishing good at home. I'm coming back. I'm working my way up on, the opens. It's just, you have to fish where you're happy. And that's the most important thing.
The last 5 years, you can ask anyone around here. I mean, this is the most I've enjoyed this year. Before even this, I've enjoyed how my schedule, all of it. Yeah. I was like, this is the most fun year I've had, and it's showing. It's weird how that works, and it's hard to explain. And you don't really know it when you're in a bad place until you've been there too long, and you're like, whoa. Mm-hmm. Why am I fishing so bad? And it's not your ability. It's you just look up and go, what am I doing?
You're not happy. Right. Yes. You're not happy.
That's why I think Hallman's freaking happy right now.
Yeah, he's real happy.
So he's in the even if he does bad, it's not going to bother him.
Yeah. Right.
Well, guys,
I mean, when I talk to him, he's like, oh, sorry. When I talk to him, he's like, I'm going to go catch him on the herring. Then I'm going to go flip him up on 25-pound test at Santee Cooper. Life is good.
It gets scary when he's been like, I remember when we were at that Shafly Basin and he's tying on freaking 8-inch swim baits. And I'm like, what do you do? He's like, I'm going to catch one on this watch. And I'm like, what are you? But it's like everything he was going to throw. He was like, I'm going to catch him. It doesn't matter. And that's a good place to be. It really is.
Doubt. Well, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed today's Bassmaster Open Pros Pick'em. Make sure y'all go sign up for Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. You only have about 24 hours to get your lineup set. So get them set, get everything set up. Come compete against us. Join our group. Try to beat us if you can. And I don't know.
It'll be easy this year.
It'd be kind of easy because I'm getting beat pretty bad. I'm in like 7,000th place.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But
I don't even look.
It's just not good. Panger is actually doing halfway decent, but if you get a chance, go check out Todd Castledine on YouTube, Ish Monroe on all his channels, Instagram, Facebook, and everywhere, and go check out Bass Talk Live if you get a chance. And guys, I hope y'all enjoyed it, and we'll see y'all
BTL in the house.
BTL. See you guys.
I give him a little,